What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and today's going to be a fairly short video, but I've been testing around with this, and I guess you guys can see from the title what exactly I'm talking about. Really for me, this is kind of just like a general prototype. So as the title suggests, it's kind of the same thing as what I was doing with the Egyptian or the Monarch Egyptian gods, but I really put more of an emphasis on the Dark Magician engine. They just work so well together. I don't know. I have a few thoughts about this deck. I'll show some replays just to show you the kind of general idea. None of these are fairly impressive or anything like that. But what I've come to find out through all of this is summoning the Egyptian god straight up is easy now. You can get them on the field, without too much difficulty. The real issue is how do you get the most value out of having an Egyptian god, because just summoning Slifer, just summoning Obelisk is not going to do it. Now, you hope you draw into the new cards that were announced. Fist of Fate and everything like that, Thunder Force attack from Slifer, but right now there's no way to search them, so you're kind of just hoping. Do I think this Egyptian god deck would be a lot better if I did have access to Fist of Fate at all times, or on a consistent basis, I should say? I think there would be a discussion there, but that's a reality. We just can't operate the way things are now, so you have to try to find creative ways to just not go super negative off of tributing 3 monsters for an Egyptian god. Really, what it comes down to is if Obelisk could have a search card similar to the Winged Dragon of Ra that had the tribute summon effect, and also the third effect was some additional one that actually ended up if you tribute summon Obelisk, then you can add Fist of Fate to your hand. That would be really awesome. But I just haven't the new trap card, which I'll probably do a separate video on, and maybe I even release it today, I'm not sure. I'll probably do it the day after. It's not very good, but I really don't think this is going to be the end of it. I think there's going to be at least a few more card announcements. It seems like the box is kind of made after it, and hopefully in the future, like I've talked about before, it can kind of turn into some sort of structure deck, which would be awesome. But as you guys have seen in the replays, there's 50 million different ways to stack the deck, and I would love to honestly play Slifer with this variant, and I think I have one replay where I do play it, and they were custom rules. Those are a little silly, but it's just your hand size isn't always great. You are searching, you are putting things at the top of your deck pretty much at leisure and whatever you want. Lots of search cards and stuff like that, but yeah, on a consistent basis, Slifer will probably be, I don't know, a 2000 attack monster, and obviously it cuts in half a bunch of things and prevents your opponent from link climbing and all that kind of stuff, but it's just a non-targeting monster with 4000 attack with domain, like I've talked about before, is just honestly really solid. And if you get it off, it's just your win condition. And I could supplement like I have before the Shadal engine, but I really just feel like it ends up just me playing Obelisk out on the floor with less of a commitment, but with nothing really to back it up in the end. If I had a window behind it, sure, that'd be a different story, but I don't know how consistent you're able to do this. Whatever this is worth, it is, this is the most consistent I've ever gotten Egyptian gods before. It's just a little underwhelming at times, and that's why it's kind of in the prototype stages, and I may experiment without the Monarch stuff, so we'll have to monitor that. And I'll let you guys know, as I make any sort of breakthroughs, I'll obviously be updating the deck quite a bit. But here were Tri-Brigades with Melfi. Probably the best kind of showcase that I can give you. He's going to be able to bounce these to the hand, but I think the one that bounces back to the hand is targeting, so that's not an out. And now that he can't go into his extra deck with Tri-Brigades, that seems to be a really big problem. I know they just banned Destruction Sword, which I guess kind of buffs domains in a sort of weird way. So I still like the direction of the strategy, and I'm just so reluctant to get rid of it. And here's what Slifer could do. I think this guy was playing with 2 draws, so I'll roll with the punches. Didn't really mean to even get in this one, but I was able to kind of showcase Slifer the Sky Dragon, which is nice. It's so funny whenever I try to test this deck. I'm used to people spamming the field, but of course, you know, when I only have a couple hours to kind of make this video, everybody is just playing something that they just can't summon a bunch of monsters for. But he's domain locked with Slifer, and I do have one interact with Eternal Soul. That's really a big reason why I expanded the kind of contents, because with the original Monarch Egyptian gods, like, that was just kind of it. And I know it's not much to just have an additional pop, and it's kind of a lot of ways it can go wrong, but still, it definitely, I think, adds a new kind of power level and consistency with the deck. And if you're using Slifer, I guess another advantage is that you can search a card and kind of give yourself 1 more 1,000 attack, which you never know. It could come in handy. But be on the lookout for more videos like this from this deck. It's pretty fun if you like Egyptian gods. Maybe I'll showcase it, but I do want to get it to a little bit of a better place before I do that. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for today. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful night.